Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. On what seemed like an ordinary night, our phone screens suddenly flashed with shocking news. In the midst of the dazzling world of entertainment, while the lights and cheers of fans still echoed in the air, a heart-wrenching headline surfaced. Xiao Zhan was rushed to the ICU. The news struck like lightning on a clear day. Just when the fatigue and joy had begun to fade from fans' faces, we were all reminded of how fragile everything truly is. The clock read 2:47 a.m. Beijing time. The streets were quiet. The soft sound of a siren pierced the silence, growing louder. No entourage, no announcement. It was as if the hospital had suddenly become the center of the universe, yet everything remained still. Inside, Xiao Zhan lay unconscious. His pulse was weak, his blood pressure unstable. The world held its breath. Word spread from within the hospital. Xiao Zhan had reportedly suffered a severe seizure, the result of extreme exhaustion and long-term mental stress. But no official statement had been made. All we knew was this: the man who had brought color to many lives was now motionless. And as soon as the news broke, one name lit up among the flashes of cameras and murmurs of reporters: Wang Yibo. An amateur video circulated on Weibo, and everyone fell silent. A man in a black cap and mask was seen running into the hospital. Moments later, he dropped to his knees, head down, body trembling. His tears soaked through his mask. He looked as though he didn't fall. He collapsed under the weight of heartbreak. That man was Wang Yibo, the one often described as composed, firm, sometimes even cold. But that night, he crumbled. The silence evolved into emotional tremors within the fandom. It felt like 1,000 pieces of shattered glass, yet somehow, there was warmth too, as if we were all standing there, silently holding him. Wang Yibo didn't just fall physically, he let go of the mask he had always worn. The mask of a resilient celebrity. What unfolded was something deeper. Not an image. Not a media tactic. But a bond. Real and quietly alive. Their journey didn't begin that night. When the Untamed aired in 2019, they grew together, inseparable on screen. They shared chemistry that warmed us through the screen. Their gazes lingered a bit longer, their smiles felt genuine, and their dialogue carried an invisible trust. Each moment nurtured hope. Hope that behind the script, a beautiful reality existed. 4 months of filming. Working, laughing, struggling, enduring, together. They communicated without speaking. Understood each other without needing words. From this, the phrase Bojunyi Xiao was born. Everything I do is to make you smile. It wasn't just a hashtag. It was a silent prayer. A quiet wish from those who witnessed their bond. The world was enchanted. But the world isn't always kind. Then came 2020. The turning point. The 227 incident exploded, when fanfiction on AO3 was reported and taken down. What was once a celebration of creativity turned into a storm of hatred. The fandom split. Careers shook. And blame was aimed squarely at 2 names. Xiao Zhan bore the brunt. Hate poured in. Advertisements were pulled. Projects were cancelled. He was targeted for something he didn't write, never even saw. Wang Yibo was swept into the aftermath. Not directly, but the ripples reached him. Since then, they were rarely seen together. No public jokes. No sweet gestures. No joint stages. It was as if a curtain had dropped between them. And in the high-pressure world of Chinese entertainment, silence became survival. That silence became a choice. A burden. But silence often hurts more than words. We forget that even silence carries weight. Carries pain. Over time, they walked their own paths. Wang Yibo expanded, singing, acting, dancing, racing. He was seen as a symbol of power and ambition. Xiao Zhan remained calm, singing with sincerity, acting with depth, holding on to his devoted fans. But the eyes that once laughed now seemed gentler, more cautious. And that night, when he was taken to the ICU, many asked, was this the price of success? Of keeping a friendship hidden? At Weibo Night 2023, the tension resurfaced. They stood in the same room, but far apart. The air was thick. They didn't look at each other. They didn't speak. We witnessed the past and the present, once close, now distant. But fans whispered, as long as they are in the same room, the bond isn't gone. And then, the tragedy. Xiao Zhan, the man we always saw strong, collapsed. And Wang Yibo, the man we thought unshakable, broke. And the small universe of fans shattered with them. A Weibo post read, When someone you admire gets hurt, their tears are louder than the sound of 1,000 cheers. Thousands echoed the sentiment. Fangirls and fanboys alike cried behind screens. That short clip uncovered a layer of emotion we often forget. Real feelings in a world built on make-believe. The media debated. Was it staged? Why was Yibo alone? Was their relationship more than friendship? Questions swirled. But one truth stood tall. Emotion cannot be faked. Not that kind of grief. Their agencies said only one thing. Please pray for Xiao Zhan. And then, silence. Again. As if the world had paused, unsure what to say next. We now stand at a crossroads. Do we chase the story? Do we respect the silence? We forget sometimes that fame demands silence more often than truth. That night, when a man cried and fell in front of a hospital, he told us something no press release could. That love, of any kind, is real. That pain doesn't choose its time. And that sometimes, what's most honest is what's left unspoken. What can we, as the audience, do? Wait. Hope. Pray for good news. Hold on to what matters. And in this waiting, we are united. A fandom born of fantasy, now grounded in heartbreak. Hello everyone. What do you think about this news? Will this tragedy bring them closer again? Or will it leave a scar that never truly fades? Do you believe that moment was the truth we've always suspected? Or the start of a new chapter? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll be here, waiting, bringing every story, every update, from a world that never stops speaking, even when it's silent. See you in the next video, when the news is clear, or when we're ready to peel back another layer, about them, about us, and about how deep friendship can go, even in the quietest of nights.